5.
Хорошо.
О, you have a guitar?
Да, не тут. Жестенькое сиденье, вот почувствуй, да? Есть такой момент?
Да, да. Не, ну место тут, конечно, пусто.
Hello, we want to thank everyone for, and especially Alexander, for providing us charging for our trip around the world. This is very helpful because electric cars are just in their beginning stages now. There are not charging stations everywhere in the world, and so having one, be able to drive up to one right here and plug straight in is very helpful. Thank you very much. We just have entered Ukraine, and this is a nice greeting for us to be able to come here and charge, and we are looking forward to our stay in the Ukraine. Our trip so far has been very good. We have had no major problems, and we have seen a lot of the countries. We are about, what would it be, 80% through our trip now. We've driven more than 20,000 kilometers, and from here we're going to Kiev and Lviv. Pardon the pronunciation, maybe not exactly the way it's supposed to be pronounced, but and then down to Bucharest, then up to Budapest, and then to Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Monaco, France, and then finish in Barcelona again. And that will be hopefully in less than 80 days total. So Don, you want to talk a little bit about our trip through Kazakhstan and Russia so far?
This is a long trip, 25,000 kilometers, all the way around the world. I started driving with China, in China. Alan is going all the way around. I go only from China to Europe, to Bucharest. So I started in Urumqi, which is in central western China. And we drove on a road in China all the way to the border. This is west of the Gobi Desert. Very hot and high mountains. But the road was pretty good, pretty modern. When we got to Kazakhstan, we ran into problems. The road was very bumpy, and we also ran into storms. There were storms, big trucks passed us on the other side, and sprayed mud all over our windshield. Windshield wipers wiped it off, and it was hard to see, a very bumpy road. But when we got to Russia, we crossed the border to Russia, and the roads got a little bit better. As we went further and further west, the roads got better and better. Now in Ukraine, the roads are good.
Very good. So one of the favorite things for me on this trip is to be able to have the local food everywhere we go. We started in Spain, so we had some Spanish food. Went across America, of course we're used to American food, but then we got to China, and so we had good Chinese food all across China. Then we got into Kazakhstan and had good Kazakh food, and into Russia and had some good Russian food, beef stroganoff and things, and now we're looking forward to having some of the local food here in the Ukraine. That for me is one of my favorite parts of this whole trip.
We both love borscht now.
Yeah, yeah. Borscht. Well, I hadn't had good borscht in California, so when we come here and we have it, it's a real treat. It's something that I'll have, and now I have to look for a good borscht when I go back to California. But the other thing that actually surprised me, I had read a lot about coming from, say, central China all the way to this point, in fact, even the Danube River, and I expected it to be a lot more like a desert, maybe not desert, but a lot drier, and so it's been a surprise to me that there's so much agriculture, corn, sunflowers. As far as the eye can see, we don't even see fields like that in America. So that was an interesting discovery for me. But sort of on to what Don was saying, this car was not made to drive on roads like we found in Kazakhstan. And to be honest with you, I feel lucky that we got through without having a problem. I think you talked with the Czech team who was here maybe yesterday, and they did have a problem, but they were able to get it fixed, fortunately. So otherwise, the car's been handling well, and it's just been a challenge to find charging in certain locations. But so far we've done it, of course, and I look forward to, again, finishing in Barcelona before 80 days.
I think the Czechoslovakia team drives too fast in Kazakhstan. That's why they hit the road. We were more careful.
They might disagree with you on that. So, anyway, this is the reason we're doing 80 days, at least my personal reason. I'm sure all of the teams have their own reasons, but for me, I've actually been driving an electric. I got my first electric car about 16 years ago, and so I've been interested in them since and done a lot of research, and there's no question that there's less pollution, or it's better for the environment to drive an electric car than it is a gas car. And for your typical way of producing electricity, the overall life of the car, you produce about half the amount of pollution from the electric car when you do a gas car. So it's something that we all ought to think about very seriously, because depending on the country it varies a little bit, but maybe 1/3 of the overall pollution is created by transportation. So we really need to look at minimizing the pollution from transportation.
As we drive here, this car is very clean, but we drive behind big trucks, very bad smelling. So this car makes us very sensitive to the dirt and pollution that comes from trucks and cars.
Yeah, so you know, and this is the example I typically use. If somebody makes a loud noise right here, then it affects, you know, a few people around here, and then it's done. But with this air pollution, what happens? What pollution is made here, or made in the United States, or made in Europe, affects us all. Affects the whole world. The way things are going now, the CO2 gases get up in the atmosphere, and the CO2 produced in America is felt in Europe and is felt in Asia, and the CO2 produced in Asia is felt in America and Europe. So it's something we all have to work together on, and I firmly believe that. I think that we all need to get together and do what's necessary to reduce pollution. It's for our children's sake, basically. If we continue to increase the CO2 in the air, then our climate is going to change all over the world.
It's also bad for our lungs. When the gas comes from buses and trucks, it causes health problems, and we want to make sure that Alexander stays healthy. Charging stations.
Well, what we have found as far as charging stations, there are very few charging stations in China, Kazakhstan, Russia, and we expect to see more and more as we get near to Europe. From what the research I've done, there are some charging stations in Kiev and in western Ukraine. When we get down into Romania, there's some charging stations, and as we go into Europe, there are more and more charging stations to where I won't have to use that portable charger that I'm using right now, where we can actually use an official charging station to charge the vehicle. And it's a little bit easier, of course. We have to, in order to make this one work, we have to get out 3 cords and the box and set it up, and it takes a little time, whereas when there's an official charging station, we can just plug it straight in. So,
we should tell this to business owners too. Right now, we have to plug into the electricity in an informal place. We have to have permission. In Europe, or in Germany and the US, there are many pay stations where we plug in and we have to put in money. This makes for a vending opportunity where the machine can make money by selling electricity. This is a good thing. So we think that Ukraine and many other countries can benefit by this charging station vending idea in the future.
So, let's see, what else do we have here?
So I have a little point. On this trip, we discovered that Almaty is the home of the apple. The original apples were in Almaty, and even today it has the most variety. So we tried the apple juice in Almaty, Kazakhstan. It's very, very good. So I can recommend that. What other foods did you like?
I like all the foods, and like I say, I'm looking forward to getting some food here, maybe even very soon here, in just a few minutes. So,
family and children. I'd like to say hello to my family and children. I have 4 kids, 1 girl and 3 boys. I miss them back in the USA. And I have 2 grandkids too, a boy and a girl. So hello. So I have a hope.
let me show you something. This is my California driver's
Russian.
license that gives the city where I live.
Sebastopol.
Себастоп? Земля.
Sebastopol, California.
See here?
And you have Odessa in California.
Odessa in California, and in Odessa, Texas.
Actually, a lot of people do not understand politics, so...
We
Delicious?
the blinchiki was delicious, best I've ever had.
Best blinchiki in the world. Very hot, good sauce.
Very good.
Yes.
Ходить особо не.
Ну, можно к университету провести.
Да. Ну, университет, башню, чтобы
А потом мы можем сделать.
It's the same everywhere in the world.
Maybe near 7,000 years ago, it's city. It's like Kiev or Washington.
Oh, the capital?
The capital of the Ukraine. Its center provides universities.
It's the same in English.
Pedagogic university.
Фурки пройти, чтобы они увидели.
And my friends say you that the people from foreign country in our city, it's a miracle. So it's very interesting to speak with you.
And we're in California.
Near San Francisco, it's north of San Francisco and south of San Francisco.
Super. Pacific coast.
Yes, exactly.
Go ahead.
I live in Sebastopol.
In Sevastopol.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. I've been living 9 years in the States. Oh, really? In Florida. Fort Lauderdale. Yes. That's very nice.
Gulf Coast.
The Gulf. No, it's on the other side. It's on the Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic Coast.
Atlantic coast. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
So we are driving our electric car around the world, and we want to thank you for helping install the charging for us.
Oh, it's
It's really nice of you.
the charging is working.
Yes,
It's working.
yes, good.
So you can leave.
Yes.
Almost.
So
Too bad. We're happy to have you.
we will return.
You will return.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good, good.
We hope to have more like us come with more electric vehicles.
I hope so too. Yeah, we have a great place for green tourism here. Maybe you have seen already the lakes and have you seen the
We've just come
Countryside.
from
Yeah.
the border, from the Russian, from Moscow.
Oh, you're going from
Bryansk.
Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see it more as we go towards Kiev.
Our electricity is a little cleaner than in Russia. Yeah, you will see.
Our car says your electricity tastes good.
That's good. Okay, so thank you. Nice
Thank you very
meeting
much.
you.
Nice
Very
to
nice
meet
meeting
you.
you.
This is pretty impressive. The green is a little bit institutional.
It's great. It's great to be in the government offices. See how the government in the Ukraine works.
It's very nice to see the citizens with such good access to their elected officials and the elected government going well.
In the city lived my parents, but my grandfather.
Один момент. Скажите, если нужен какой-то сюрприз взять, можно зайти в этот магазин.
I want a magnet to put it on the outside. Doesn't
Да
matter.
это все магнит.
Oh, yeah.
Никогда 25 тысяч километров проезжали по сухопутной части планеты Земля. А вот это все на самолете они летают. Через Тихий океан, Атлантику. Глухов на Тесле, на американской Тесле он стоит во дворе, как шоколад коричневый.
Yeah, I've got 5 of them.
Ага.
Or, yeah, 5.
Ребята, уж переведите, сколько денег это
It's
стоит.
not very expensive. Для них это недорого. Это сколько будет?
Зачем иностранцам вообще деньги? Из этого должна быть польза для
I
страны.
like this too. Look at this too.
Мы же должны жить дальше.
Конечно, может быть. Maybe.
Сама цель туризма это
45, ага.
адаптировать под всех, адаптировать под всех. И
Thank you very much. And can you translate this for me? While you were gone, I explained that I know our government congressman, the national congressman, and I understand that you're in the government here. If you ever come to America, I will take you, introduce you to our congressman and explain.
Знает американских конгрессменов и политиков. Если рад, что встретил тут политика в Глухове, если приедешь когда-нибудь в Америку, то он организует встречу с местными конгрессменами.
будет очень приятно, если это произойдет в ближайшее время.
He very glad if we go to America and meet you congressman and meet you.
Good.
Окей.
All right. До побачення, Глухів.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Без ночевки заправляйте свою.
Две, да? Двигателя здесь нет вообще. Двигателя нет, одни провода. Видишь, он есть порог, такая толщина порога. Все показывается по...
Ja, installiert in den letzten Monaten oder sowas. Nutzt aber kein Mensch.
Будь ласка.
Дякую. Дякую.
That's in Canada. And only we use 75% from this airplane. And yes, and in China we don't know what for airplane, but one airplane the same. We in the first flight one airplane for all cars.
One car is charging and you use this two, you overload this one, this cable. It's work, but sometimes when you have a Tesla or a Zoe, a car with maximum charging speed from this plug, you have the problem you cannot use this one, where you overload this complete thing. You can put the energy here out and here, and that is too much for this from inside to outside.
Hello guys from Ukraine. I'm Jordan. I come from Germany with an electric car to here, and we want to show the country, your country, and we will found a charging station here, and now we have here a charging station from Alexandra, and yes, we are so friendly here and it's so great here. I think it's one of the best charging places where you found here. We have now 21,000 kilometers from Barcelona to here, with the other side from the world we see. But the Ukraine, it's a very nice place, and we want to see more from the Ukraine. Tonight we go to Kiev, and we hope we found their charging station. We don't know, we are surprised us, and yes. Thanks Alexander Glухov and Michel Peroshenko for the nice charging station here in this wonderful town. Do popatrzenia Glухів, and bye bye, and bis bald.
Good luck.
Bye bye.
Do popatrzenia Glухів.
Thank you, thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.